left that as a blooper.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Well, we are
you should use that
live.
stuff. Okay, well, we're live now.
Yeah, we are live now. Hello,
What's going
everyone.
on, guys? What's going on? Yeah.
Welcome to In the Know 360, show hosted by your girl, Annette, the warm-hearted warrior diva. This show gives you insights on the journeys of high-achieving business owners and music artists who share with our audience the importance of building a strong community of like-minded individuals on the road to greater success. Today's show is a collaboration between NNO 360 and Mr. Exzavier Whitley.
What's
He's
going
back.
on, guys?
He's
Back
back, y'all.
again.
We are on episode 3, and we're going to talk more about the CEO, Mr. Whitley, of One Throne Productions LLC. And just to recap, he's an R&B American singer, songwriter, composer, musician, and he's from Denver, Colorado. And we recently spoke about your 2024 Forbes influencer from the last episode. So
Yeah.
now today we are going to dive into the whole, not just the industry, but how it aligns with mental health. Because it's very important. I mean, it's always important to touch base with everybody, especially in the entertainment industry, because you guys do a whole lot just to keep the crowd going. And then, of course, it's like one of those things where you have to prepare for the crowd, and then you go home, and it's like, whew, what a relief, right? So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You need a shower and everything after that one.
right.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. So last time we spoke about the music industry and how you navigated through it. Do you want to touch base on the mental health perspective of that?
Yeah. So, uh, within this music industry, I've noticed a lot of drug use, a lot of depression, even within the music. And a lot of people gravitate towards that kind of stuff, and uh, it's a relatable story for everyone. Dealing with putting your life in your music, putting your struggles, putting in anything that happened in the past, all of that stuff reflects in the music. And I feel like sometimes uh, the artist, as an artist, you don't want to push too much on the audience,
Mhm.
but you do want to give them um, the full story of where you came from, how you felt that day, stuff like that. And as an artist as well, expressing that is kind of difficult because as you're writing and as you're creating, you think about those things. You got to go through uh the past and kind of tapping into how you felt, and as you're writing, it kind of brings stuff back up. I mean, at least for me. uh, and it's difficult to navigate through. So I feel like even though writing is a great outlet to helping mental health, it also can be a little bit of a thing as you're writing, because you're thinking about the things that are going on or the things that have happened or whatnot. So I think that for one, you know, as a whole, we all need to come together. Uh, and even when we're having a writer's block as artists, when we can't think of anything to write or anything, and it's just about the pain or the guns or the street stuff or whatever the case is, I feel like we need more people to come out and really change the perspective on what we're talking about. I feel like there's a lot of negativity in the music industry, and that doesn't help mental health. A lot of this music now is talking about negativity, negative things, you know, how people are or what people have, stuff like that. And, you see the females on their side, they're doing their thing. And, um, it's just a whole lot of mess going on. So I feel like if we can express it in a way better way, continue on the positive music and continue trying to blow up these artists that are really saying something,
Mm,
I think is really a great way to get things down. Because yeah, I would say it all boils down to the writing. A lot of
right.
it boils down to the writing. I mean, really, it depends on what you hear too. Like, you have uplifting songs, but then a lot of the stuff that is mass produced and is mostly heard is all negative. So
Right.
I'm like, we really got to get the acceptance of independence. Not having a label push out all this stuff and push out your own stuff and push out a positive narrative instead of having somebody tell you to do it or getting paid to go do something
Right.
silly and all of that stuff. It all boils down to a personal agenda. So I feel like
Yeah.
seeing the success of certain things that really don't even make sense, honestly, like like the stupid little stuff that goes famous or whatever the stuff is. Well, a lot of people that are really speaking a real message, that stuff barely gets heard or shared or anything like that. um I feel like that just makes it harder for people to want to create more. It makes it harder for people to want to continue on saying the right things and doing the right things because it ends up, all right, well, I tried this already. I, I said what I had to say and nobody saw it, so I'll go act a fool and I guess they'll see
Right.
it then. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right. Right. Right.
it's just not like breaking and folding and just acting out just for attention and message. So I feel like if we really really get it down and just come together as independent artists and really push our stuff forward as much as possible, I think that would help a lot of the mental health in the community because a lot of this stuff comes from music, from
Mm-hmm.
what you listen to, from what you consume, what you watch, what
Mm-hmm.
you see. Stuff like that really matters because I could look at a music video and there's people with 100 guns in the video, and now I want to be the 101. I want to be next because I see them doing it. You know, it gets all the kids messed up and all types of stuff. So I feel like really just changing the narrative on what's popular
Mm.
is really one of the reasons why I feel like the mental health thing is going on so bad because clout is a form of mental health.
Mm.
Attention is
Yeah.
craving attention, um, and so I see a lot of people struggle with it. So everybody's affected with mental health at this
Mm-hmm.
point,
Mm-hmm.
just with the chase of fame and the chase of wanting to get somewhere and not having to lie or act a fool.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's really what it is. Like if we were to just really come together on a certain thing and stand up as independent artists and stop letting the labels control this stuff and say no.
Right.
We get too accepting of it. We don't know how to say no. So I think a lot of it will keep coming back around. There's going to be more shootings and more silly stuff going on, and everybody gets influenced. So you can get your family member watching a music video or whatever, and then they start acting like the persons that they see,
Mm-hmm.
um knowing that's not really them, but they start acting like that and treating people a certain way based off of what they saw. So now they're affected of about the message that they were told in the music
Right.
or the stuff that was in the video or stuff like that. So it just passes on and it passes on, and it doesn't make it any better for anybody because it's all spewing negative stuff. So I would say change the music.
Mm.
Yeah.
So what are three things that come to mind that you think indie artists or just artists in general should do or should promote as far as mental health awareness, right? So, for instance,
Mhm.
I know some artists, well, you see some that are very aware, right? And they
Mhm.
wear like a t shirt that signifies mental health or something to relate the message. So, what are three things you think artists can do to relate that mental health message to make it more of like a positive, like, hey, I'm singing this, but I want to make sure that you understand that this is an act, right? And this is not like reality. Like, how
Yeah.
like in science class, right? They
Yeah.
you're like mixing chemicals in the lab, and you're like, don't do this at home,
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah. I mean, but you're the one still mixing. You know what I mean? You telling people to stop mixing, but you still mixing stuff. Yeah, it's like that. Um, so yeah, I would say uh just wanting to change your music. When you get to a certain plateau, I feel like you should change your music. Like if you come from a bad place and all you talk about is guns and all you talk about is shooting and this and that and the other, why can't you make an R&B song? Why can't you just make one song that's country? Or just like, you know what I mean? Like uh I'm not I'm not even gonna really give folks no praise, but it's just one dude out of Chicago. He was killed actually.
Mm,
Um like I think it's been 2 years now. A lot of people know him. I'm not even gonna say no name. But he was known for killing. People blew him up because of his story time raps and all this stuff, right? Which was good. It's
mhm.
not like he couldn't do his thing. But people made it a facade
Mhm.
for him being a killer. So, you know, people was applauding him. These are little kids showing up to his shows, all types of stuff. And then he gets killed, and like there's really nothing else to say about it. So my thing is, why couldn't dude change his music? If you already made $1 million or something, you couldn't have told the youth something different in the next song, or you know what I mean? Like did something else. So I think it's a personal want.
Mm,
You got to get people to really want to change their music because you don't have to keep talking about the same things
mhm.
every song, every album, every year. People pulling up in the car or this or that and the other, um, faking it sometimes. Uh, like I said, I feel like it's the change in music for one. Change your music.
Mm,
Do something else. Do something different. Like do another genre. Don't be afraid to do another genre. I've heard people that I've rapped with only want to rap. Like
mm.
they didn't want it. Like, no, I'm not doing that singing stuff. No, I'm not doing all. But they limit themselves on what they could really bring to the table as far as a message or as
Right.
far as a life story without the drama. So I feel like yeah, if they change the music, you know, that'd be one thing. Another thing, uh, I would say, uh, yeah, like doing more things in the community. I would say
Okay.
going out and maybe having a sit down with a fan with the fans, you know what I mean? Or like have like a little like how they have meet and greets, do a meet and greet with maybe like 10, 15 people with like a special ticket or something, and you could actually sit down and talk with them,
Mm,
and really talk to people because I've noticed when people get so high in the game, they'll shake hands, do signage, do all types of stuff, but nobody's actually really sitting down other than it being an interview. Like
right.
nobody's really sitting down with them and like talking,
Right.
really seeing what somebody's heads on, seeing where their heads at.
Mm,
Um, so I would say for artists to be more interactive with the fans, like more one on one, get
mm-hmm.
a little bit more personal, sit down with somebody.
Okay.
speak out a little more, maybe throw like a little like organization or like a little thing every once in a while, um, to get people together to talk about their problems. Like start a group,
Mm,
instead of it just being a show all the time. Why can't we just have
right.
like a group,
Yeah.
a group chat? So I think that would be a thing to start, to do that. And then one more thing I would say would be to just really have people come out and tell the truth about their story. A
Mm,
lot of people hide stuff. That's
yeah.
where the faking. That's where a lot of the faking comes from, because people be hiding the fact that they actually don't have any money.
Mm,
They're flashing
right.
somebody else's stuff on a camera or whatever the case is. You know, everybody. There was something that the homie Montana did say not too long ago that made a lot of sense. He was like, a lot of people only show the good side of stuff. Why not show the bad? And I'm like, that makes a lot of sense, because a lot of people get on the Instagram or go on the internet and post the good times, post them at a party, holding a whole bunch of money or all
Right.
of this. And I'm like, but that's not what's really going on. You took a photo is like a half a second of your life. You could have a gang of money right here and it looks like mine, but the next second the camera go down, I gotta give it back to the homie. Or you know what I mean? Like,
That right there.
we're not going to talk too much about that. We know some people, but that's how it goes. So yeah, stop lying. I would say, stop the lying, man. Tell the truth. Like, look, I'm actually in an RV in a 7-Eleven parking lot. I'm struggling right now. Instead of acting like you in Malibu on the beach with 100 million, like, you know what I mean? Come on. Uh, so I would say stop all the flogging and lying. Tell the truth. Show the struggles.
Right.
You
Right.
know, a lot of people get on there for an image to just look good.
Hmm.
You know, um, and then there are some people that get on there and just tell nothing but their life story and drama. But it's just like I said, for the ones that are really making music, and as far as the artists, stop lying to people. Really
Right.
tell the truth. In your songs. That's why I said it goes back to the writing.
Mm,
It goes back to the person, what you really want to put out. You don't
right.
have to put out what you put out. You could put out something way better or way different. So, people don't want to change. But if you want to, you should. And I feel like that would make a lot of mental health problems be at least addressed.
Mm,
As people start telling the truth.
yeah. I think it's helping the community and it's also helping the artist, because it's a twofold thing. Because when you're dealing with your conviction to what you've been through and your struggles, then
Hmm.
you're actually releasing what you've struggled, right?
Yeah.
The issues that has been going on in your life, and you never know, you might be saving multiple lives out here. You know what I mean? Because of your
Yeah.
story. There's a lot the whole anecdotal message that goes comes through the internet. You just never know, that person might be on the ledge right now and listening to what you're saying. So that's why people that are in the limelight that have this fame are powerful, because
Mhm.
you're naturally, your gifts and talent is out there, and it's being popularized into the communities, into the heart of people, and people that like your fans, and they really really are drawn to you. So
Yeah.
why not spread a positive thought? You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, like, that was one thing that even with, I got to be careful what I write and what I say. Um, That's why I write a lot about life experience, love, stuff like that. Because it's real, it's relatable, just like pain and just like sadness and just like, the drama of life. But it doesn't have to be of a violent nature, or it doesn't have to, always be about the street stuff, or you know, tell the truth about what you're going through. Like, hey, I went to the store the other day and I dropped my phone. I was mad because I left my keys at home. I mean, just yeah, just little stuff. That was just a little rhyme, but that created a story right there.
Right.
You know, it's relatable. Who doesn't leave their keys at home?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, stuff like that. So it's all about what you put out and what you say. Um, because it affects more than just and it affects the next person listening to it. It could be affecting a child listening to it or the parent. You never know. So
Yeah.
that's why I say it's better to just tell the truth and find a way to tell it in in a positive way, instead of having to always tell the truth, but then it still be in the negative light. Like, okay, like there's people who, get, like I said, the a lot of rappers, they'll get on there. They might be telling the truth about, killing somebody. Uh, but you don't have to say that. Like, you don't have to go there. Why couldn't you say something else about another situation or reword something, you know, instead of it being negative, even though, yeah, you might have had people chasing you around town and you had to shoot one of them or whatever the case is, whatever. But there's a way to say that stuff instead of it being negative, because it's more than you listening to it,
Mhm.
So I really feel like it's the choice of words, because that really affects somebody's mental.
Mm.
It's when you listen to a positive song, like when you listen to like "Here Comes the Sun" by the Beatles. Everybody
Right.
knows that song. A smile pops up on everybody's face as soon as you even hear the title.
Right.
Like, come
Exactly.
on, come on, you got one right now. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the song ain't even on. That's what I'm saying. So it's literally what you do with it.
Right.
Because if I listen to "Here Comes the Sun" all day, I'll probably be happy all day. If I listen to some FBP somebody and it's some dude in a mask with a gun, I'm gonna be mad and feel like I need a mask and a gun. So energy is a lot.
It
Energy is
is.
a thing.
It is.
So it's about what you put out there that affects the mental.
Mm. Most definitely. I mean, energy, from my understanding, energy is energy in motion is emotion. And I'll go ahead
Yeah.
and give a shout out to Nero Knowledge. That's his name. That's who I've heard it from first, but there might be other literature out there. But yeah, so energy in motion is emotion. So with that being said, even biblically, right? So
Mhm.
your heart is where your emotions come from. It's your belief system. It's who you're being, and that's what we're talking about. Oops, that's what we're. Okay, there you go.
Okay, yeah, we had a little
That's
glitch moment.
okay.
And y'all don't mind that. That was a glitch moment.
So like energy and motion is emotion, and people are driven through their emotion, right? And
Mhm.
it oscillates. It's basically up and down. One day you're up, and the next day or maybe the next second you're down. But it's how fast you come back from that emotion, right?
Mhm.
And that's the key. The key is, I mean, it's not it's not easy to come back, but it's it's okay to think about it and then move on, right? So take a deep breath in and then out, and then say, okay, now what's next, right? And
Mhm.
that's how we should approach it. But I think the problem is education. right? And a
Yeah.
lot of people don't like to hear like, oh, it's an educational moment or whatever, right? Because it's not
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
you're
yeah,
not
yeah.
being
Better get
you're,
educated.
you're not being
Yeah.
entertained. So
Hmm.
that's why I love music. I love you guys, music artists, because you guys not I mean, there are music artists out here that actually throw in education without you knowing that you're being educated,
Oh yeah.
and and that's that's what I find significant, especially in with the youth, right? Because like
Yeah.
Frederick Douglass say, he said that you can't fix a broken man, but you can help children. You can inspire children. I'm not saying verbatim, but it's easier to educate children, basically. And I mean, there's so many things I want to say, but this is your episode. But I just want to give a shout out to also Rebuild Your Laugh. And what they do is a nonprofit organization. Shout out to Nakia Gray. She has like for music artists, they can come out, they can support, they can donate. I'm just saying, Rebuild Your Laugh. Check her out, and also like what we were saying, speaking engagement, giving back to the community. That's what Rebuild Your Laugh is for.
That's great.
But yeah, I think that's a really great idea to have the music artists, like-minded artists come together for the community. And it also helps you. For me, I think this is my personal opinion, but it fulfills you, right? It gives you value. So you're
Hmm.
giving yourself value, but you're also giving value to the community. You're actually
Right.
helping somebody that's in need. I mean, it's how can I explain it? Being selfless is very rewarding. Because that's I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a good person, a bad person, whatever you're thinking about yourself, but giving back to someone that's in need is very fulfilling, and then
Yes, it is.
it's internally, the way you talk about yourself is who you are. How you perceive yourself is your reality. And so if you
Yeah.
perceive yourself one way, that's going to be your reality. And nobody can change that but you.
Yeah, that is true. Perception is really everything. It's how you see it. And I feel like, yeah, like if like I said, like if more artists really came down and, just had a video of them really talking about what's really going on, instead of the faking, I think a lot of people would open up more because then they could see, hey, even though this person made it, I'm struggling like they are, or something like that. And then it opens up a little bit more a personal connection to the artist, you
Mhm.
know. So I feel like they really need to sit themselves down and open up to their real life problems, maybe show a little bit more into their life, and be a little bit more relatable, I would say,
Yeah.
instead of just the crazy lyrics or the crazy stuff or the silly stuff that anybody can relate to. Why not
Mhm.
something real?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, it's too much
That's
fake in that here. Yeah.
Yeah. So last time we talked about cultivating positive relationships, right, in the music industry. How can artists cultivate positive connections in the music industry, especially when everybody is looking at each other's music and saying, "How can I up one that one artist?" How can one be or say like, you know what? I think he has pretty good beats, or oh wow, his lyrical style is great. You know what I mean? Like, how can the artists come together and not saying that you have to um kiss her, you know what, but
Hmm.
to support each other. How like give us some examples that you've probably experienced in your journey.
Um, I did a collaboration with Lisa Von H out of the UK. And it was for it was my second like CD release. Oh crap! That was some lightning. Um,
Oh,
uh-oh. Good thing I'm inside.
yeah.
Um, so we did a release together, and the whole project was cool. And the one thing I loved about just doing that alone was just bringing somebody from a whole other side of the earth that I had never met, but we made a track together, a whole project.
Wow.
And so it's just about being more open and not about the money, not about the competition.
Mm,
We stick money and competition too much into the music when it's really just supposed to be enjoying the music.
right.
Stop worrying about the next person or all this and that. Just make what you make and be happy with your stuff. You don't gotta look like the next person, move like the next person. Um, be original and then spit that out. Tell people to be more original. You
Right.
know. So really, I think it's all a big responsibility for the artist to really uphold themselves and tell people, hey, I'm original. I'm gonna do this my way. You know what I mean? Instead of it being like, oh, everybody else is looking at me and I'm looking like this guy over here and this guy's looking like this guy. You know, there's too many Edgar bowl cut people going on. There's too much. There's too many dreadhead people. There's too much going on, and everybody's looking the same and doing the same stuff. So I would say be original, tell the truth, and you know that way it can inspire the next person. You don't have to really sit down with them, but just saying the stuff you say can just make you more inspired.
Right.
Uh, just by listening to it or being next to that person because they're honest and truthful.
Right. So, what steps do you think artists can take to start with this whole mental health game, right? And start going out to the communities and teaching and educating the youth, especially our youth, because they're our generation. They're the ones who's going to be our leaders. They're going to be leading us. So, what can artists do, and what steps do you think they can take to accomplish this?
I would say get up more into the schools and stop letting people like the what is her name, the red girl,
Hmm.
throw up gang signs and go into schools. I don't understand that. You're letting her go into a school to rap and throw up gang signs and hold a flag up, and you're in an elementary school. I've never seen that be okay, but I guess it is. So I would say, uh, hit up the schools, hit up the colleges, start talking more about your life experience, and maybe if you do come from the past or you come from the street life, you can redirect people to not do that. Get more artists into the schools because a lot of young people listen to those types of artists. A lot of artists' careers are there because of young people.
Hmm.
So I would say to put them more into schools to get them to meet the kids a little bit more.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? And really sit down and tell them, hey, this isn't cool, or hey, you can do this just like me if you do these steps, or really sit down with them. So I would say get them into more schools, colleges, um, get them on the news more. You know what I mean? You know, and for the outlets, the media outlets, they feed off of drama and the negative side of an artist's life. They eat off of that. So I would say for the artist, showcase the good stuff when you can,
Yeah.
and show up to the schools. Start teaching these kids something instead of giving them just something to listen to. Actually sit down with them.
Yeah. So
So I would say that.
how can you break like the generations of toxicity, for instance, gang related violence in these schools, also just in the community? Because if it started back in so many years ago, right, how can you break that chain? Because from my understanding, in some countries within the United States, like for
Mhm.
instance, West Coast is probably, and maybe I'm, you know, maybe I'm wrong for saying this, but maybe it's more concentrated in gang related issues as opposed to the East Coast. But gang is gang, right? I mean, so I'm
Right.
just wondering, how can music artists go in to these schoolhouses and promote their music and say and talk about their what they've experienced, right? Say for instance they were in a gang, or they're still in a gang, or they're non-active gang member. Because I've had an artist that was a non-active gang member come on my show. How can, I guess, what would you do, or what would you relay to um, kids that are in that environment that they can't get out of, right?
Mhm.
um what kind of message can you relate to them so that maybe they can turn a different way, go right instead of left?
Give them the reality of the outcome of the give them the consequences. Really show them the what you can lose when you're dealing with stuff like that. Um, and I wouldn't necessarily showcase the music inside of the school, but I would just have them speak personally on everything else that they got going on, and like the whole non-active gang member thing. You still a member, you're just not active. That's not really changing anything.
Hmm.
Um, so really, you're just bringing it along with you. You might not say it directly. Oh, I'm gang this, I'm gang that, but if you even mention that, oh, this and that and the other, you still kind of bringing it with you. You haven't left it yet. You still holding on.
Right.
So, like I said, really just telling people about the consequences of what you can get into, and showing maybe what kind of steps you took to get to where you're at. You know what I mean? Just little stuff, just little stuff. But I would say being more open, because we just got people rapping and doing shows, but nobody's sitting down really talking.
Right. No, that's true. That's the gamut of it. And I have to say, a lot of the artists, I mean, you guys like speaking engagements, like you have like entrepreneurs that go to different speaking engagements, right? That can be
Mhm.
incorporated. Because I think thinking outside the box, like you brought up a good point, like you can actually get paid for speaking engagements. I don't, I'm sure that, well, I shouldn't assume, but you definitely can get paid at speaking engagements. And so, and it's not about just the money. I mean, you donate your time to the community. But if it comes down to that, at least there's a win-win situation where you're actually fulfilling um, the hearts of these youth to help them
Yeah.
and reaching them.
Hmm.
And then also helping you, with your ROI, return on investment, to your music, right? So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, I think that also entertainment just in general, right? So you see a lot of like fighting shows. So I guess fighting shows are like
Yeah.
the thing now. What, like
I
what? What are
don't
your
even watch
thoughts?
TV.
I, I hardly watch TV too, or but what do you think about that? Because a lot of the youth are gravitating to those kinds of dramatic shows and
Yeah, there's a lot of police procedurals, a lot of cop shows, undercover this, undercover that, and it's really all the same stuff. Uh, really, is to stop watching it, stop putting them in front of it. It's gonna be there. We can't tell people to stop making the stuff,
right.
but I would say just redirection of what people are watching. Really get down on people on, hey, why are you watching this?
Hmm.
You shouldn't consume this. Um, and get them to change what they're paying attention to.
Hmm.
You don't have to pay attention to it. You know,
Yeah.
of course, people are going to come across stuff that they're going to come across. But once you see somebody basking in something, not saying anything doesn't change anything. So I would say, really, just watching what you're even consuming around people.
Mm. That
Like if you watch that kind of stuff, you shouldn't be infecting the next person with something like that because that's what you enjoy.
right.
Why does everybody need to see, hey, I'm watching this crazy crap, and this is why you have crazy, because look at what you watching,
Right.
you know? That's what I'm saying. So it's just um really, really just being careful about what you're paying attention to, and
Mm.
teaching others to stay away from that, and teaching people about what's in TV
Right.
and what's in these shows and what's in this media, because then again it's just negative. That's why honestly I don't watch TV, and I don't really, like, if I'm not really learning anything or I'm doing something to increase my business or something like that, I don't need to watch. I got a TV behind me, I got another one in another room, and none of them are ever on except for when I play the Xbox. Like,
Right.
you know what I mean? Like, other than that, like, I don't need to watch no news or nothing like that. Like, I'll keep up on world events and I'll keep up on
Yeah.
certain things, but it's really on what you choose to consume. So
Right.
you gotta tell people, you gotta tell these kids, like, yeah, it'll be there. Yeah, this is the reality. Yeah, this is the consequences. But I'm gonna need you to stay away from that and
Right.
get in somebody. People ain't getting in nobody's butts no more. Everybody's soft.
Yeah.
You got to get in people's butts and heads about things, because if not, then they're just gonna be like the next person, and it just gets worse and worse and worse.
Right.
We're we're kind of degrading as humans in a way. Like we're creating a lot, we're doing a lot, but we're really just setting ourselves up to kill ourselves.
Mm.
We don't want to get together. We don't want to come together. People enjoy the drama. You know what I mean? So you got to be the one individually to say
Yeah.
something.
There's so many things that you could do. Even as an artist, you don't necessarily have to deliver your music to the audience. You can deliver what you're doing in your backyard. For instance, like like my son, for instance, he started growing a mango tree, and
Mm,
like
okay.
there's like two. He has a green thumb, so he put two seeds in a pot, and he literally researched how to do it, right? And he was like,
Hmm.
no, the seed has to point this way, and we have to hold it to put the soil and all this stuff, and it's actually flourishing. So say for instance, maybe you grow tomatoes, or I don't know, whatever plant that you grow in your backyard. You can like, hey, go on a live, or um speak about your agriculture, or speak about whatever you do in your personal time that's
Hmm.
educational, that can divert your the youth's mind to that, as opposed to all the negative stuff going on, right?
Right. It's like I said, it's really on what you put out. As artists, we got to start putting out all the glitz and the glamour and the money. Like, it's cool to have things you want. It's cool to have all the guns. It's cool, but you're not really showing the stuff that people need. People
Right.
need positivity and stuff like that. So why aren't you showing your daughter how to tie shoes, or show, yeah, like you said, you in the garden trying to learn how to garden or something.
We need
Show
some
somebody what,
vegetables. We need
you
some
know what I
fruits
mean.
and vegetables. You know what I mean?
These rappers need to start doing a cooking show or something. Like,
Something.
yeah,
I mean, look at Snoop Dogg. He has his cereal.
yeah, but he's still smoking.
I,
Still
I, I know,
on.
I know. Yeah, that's true. But I was saying in the whole entrepreneurial perspective, I guess, if you want to
Hmm.
diversify your investments. But
Yeah, it's smart, but you see, he don't really, other than like his Crip stuff. Like, honestly, he's a little bit too old now, so he's he's not really on that a lot. But he kind of, he's him.
yeah,
But he has other ventures. He does showcase other things about himself. So that's why he lasts long in the game. That's why he's been in the game for so long.
well,
Not like a 5 year or 3 year run, and then you never hear of him again. He's there to stay.
yeah.
Um, it's because of what you put out. Instead of him worrying about weed all day, he worried about wine. Started getting into the wine business and the drinking business, and he did that stuff. It's like with The Rock.
Yeah, yeah,
He wrestles, uh, makes his own men's clothing line. I mean, not clothing line, the soap lines and stuff, and
yeah,
has his own bottle of tequila. He told him, yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yeah.
He doesn't have to sit up there and flex his muscles all day and do all of this, and you know what I mean, eat a stack of pancakes in front of the camera all day. You can show other people things besides that.
Right,
You
right.
know, so it's all
So,
depending on what you put out.
so can you tell us more? Give us insights. I know you mentioned hot sauce last time that you like hot sauce, but can you give us
Mm.
like insights on like what hobbies that you've been taking on or community ventures or I know you want to talk about OTP too, so
Oh
One
yeah.
Throne Production. So wherever you want to start, sir.
Okay. So recently, so as people know, or if you don't know, I have One Throne Productions. It is the website as well as the spread shop website, and I make my own clothes. And recently, I've been starting to hand make them. So I have a website that's already there, but now I'm doing handmade clothing. So this one I actually just did yesterday.
Wow.
Um, in the kitchen. I just did this one yesterday, and I got three more that I did, and I'm doing some more tonight. So I'm going to be doing that, and I've been learning how to make colognes and like body
What?
sprays. And so I got like about 10 bottles right now that I'm testing out that I'm making. So that's another venture. So y'all might be seeing me outside doing selling some colognes. It's
Okay.
on the way. So there's going to be handmade shirts from my hand to the shirt on the way out, and also there's going to be the stuff from the website as well. So, and like I said, I'm doing um, projects with the music. Everything's still in line with all that. So that's not going to be released yet. But as far as you know, like the hobbies and stuff, I would say making shirts. I've been hitting up Hobby Lobby. Y'all need to start going and make your own
What?
stuff. You know what I mean? Go to there or go to like somewhere. You know what I mean? And start doing stuff on your own. Um, so that's really what I'm on is making these shirts. Gonna get a printer soon, so I'm gonna start printing them out here. And there's just gonna be a whole lot of inventory. So
Okay.
I'm excited. Plus some colognes now and perfumes.
Do you
So
have because so do you have any shirts that you can showcase right now besides the one you have on or that people can I think there was one shirt on your website. Do you have one on hand so we can show people or
uh Yeah, it's in the closet actually. I gotta go all the way to the room. This is my secondary room.
Oh,
So I gotta.
okay.
Oh my god. Ooh.
I'm
Oh my
making you
god.
move.
I'm stiff. Hold on.
I'm making you move around. But that would be awesome. Um, and so okay, so the perfume or the cologne, um, do you have a name for it yet, or is it still in the works? Oh
We're
wow,
hand
okay,
making them.
nice.
Yeah,
Ooh,
we're hand making those.
I like
Um,
that. Okay, okay.
and then I've got this one I did with a tiger.
Oh wow.
I mean,
Go this way a little bit.
yeah, the
Oh,
camera's
nice.
weird. Yeah,
Oh, that's
and
nice.
then
Okay.
this is my favorite one. So I'm gonna do a big old veracity print.
Wow. I like that.
So I'm gonna have
Okay.
them on hand, and I'm making them by hand as well. So I'm like, if anybody wants them, come get them.
Okay.
And
Okay.
then, hoodies. This is stuff off the website too. So I got
Oh, I
hoodies as
like
well.
that one. Let me
Uh,
see that. So how can they purchase it? What is the website name, or how, like do they DM you, or what do we have to do?
you can go on One Throne Clothing at spreadshop.com, and that is going to
Oh,
give you a link to the website, and it has men's stuff. I've got accessories, I've got bags, I've got children's clothes, I've got all types of stuff. So it is One Throne Clothing at spreadshop.com.
at special.
And
I'm writing this down.
yeah,
Hold on.
spreadshop.com.
Okay.
And that way it's going to show up. And honestly, if you go on Google
Mhm.
Chrome, I have it rendered now, so you can have it has a web app, so you can download the One
Oh wow.
Throne app
Oh.
to your
Oh,
phone.
nice. Okay.
So yeah, so I'll put that like in the comments or whatever, so like get a direct link when they see it, so then y'all can go get some. And then I'm making them by hand as well, so I'm
Oh,
all in and I'm
nice.
ready. And then
Okay.
yeah, like I'm still working on my perfumes and colognes. I'm mixing stuff right now, and I'm letting them sit and marinate.
Okay.
So hopefully here in a couple of months I will be launching a website selling those.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah.
So,
Definitely can you put the website just to make sure? I think I put something down, but put all the websites that we need to go to. And then also, send it to me so that way it can list it to everybody. And do you know like what the retail or what the I don't know if you want to give the pricing now, or is it just different pricing, or like a range, I guess.
as far as the pricing is pretty reasonable, and I also set the pricing. So right now I have a promotion on the website where it's running through, I think, the 30th of August, and it's
Oh,
20%
okay.
off of everything. A regular shirt's gonna run you like $15. Um, there's hoodies. They're gonna be like 30, 40. Everything's way less. Everything's basically 50 and under.
Okay. So be 20% off until August 30th, right?
Yeah, and I'm gonna put everything down in this description. So
Okay.
the link to the website and the promotion as well. So that's on the website, and so that way everybody who does see it can go check it out if they want to grab something, and you can grab something for the low. So and it's free shipping. So I'm gonna set
What?
it for
Free
yeah, it's free
shipping?
shipping. So
Wow.
all you got to do is literally just buy it, and it's on the way. There's no
Okay.
shipping and extra cost or nothing. So like I said, there's women's clothes. I've got tank tops, hoodies. I've got little stuffed animals, OTP stuffed animals. I drop new designs. I think I'm trying to drop them every like 2-3 months
Hmm.
for a brand new design. So I got an Able Ape 6.0 collection going on, and it's got a little ape smoking a blunt,
Wow.
kind of like
Yeah.
right in the front. it's kind of cool. And then there's a revamped OTP logo, which is kind of similar to the one that's kind of like on my arm
Oh,
that's dripped
okay.
down, but the O is in the middle and the T is on the side and the P is on the other side. And that's the revamped collection that I just dropped. So that's on the website, and they're all new designs. Like there's stuff for everybody, literally right now.
Okay.
So
And what
yeah,
is what made you come up with One Throne Productions?
just really wanting to create. I wanted
Yeah.
to produce. I wanted to produce music under my own name and label, and as well as make some clothes too. Like, it was just something I had a big vision way beforehand, and I was like, I see people do it every time I go to the store. I'm buying everybody else's stuff. Where's my stuff at? you
Right, right.
know
Right,
so
exactly.
it was just like, you got to make your own world, man. And that's kind of where it was for me. So it took a long time, but yeah, definitely made something happen, and I'm excited for where it's heading.
Me too.
I
I'm
got some
very
stuff on the
excited.
way.
Yeah. Well, I'm
Yeah.
gonna get some stuff so I can wear it.
Okay.
Support you. Look, so where did you come up with the name, or like how did it manifest into this reality you have?
Um, Really, it was just kind of like a spare of the moment kind of thing. Like, I was just kind of going through names, and I was like, well, um, I want to make a record label, and you know what I mean. I need to name it something, and I was like, well, King sit on the throne kind of thing, and all of that, and then just kind of popped up, and it was just like, oh, One Throne Productions. That don't
Okay,
sound bad.
it is. It's
And then
nice.
so, I just kind of left it at that. And, he was just really seeing what I wanted to do when I was first making music, and I didn't know how to record very well and all types of stuff. But I just told myself I was going to do it. I got to be serious.
Yeah.
And I went to studying. I went to get online, and I
Wow.
studied on how to get this stuff for the business, and how much the cost is, and how much things, it's wanting to know. It's
Right.
wanting to know. So
Yeah.
uh, that's just what it was for me. So honestly, it was a spare of a moment thing that I created the name, but it had
Okay.
a ring to it, so I stuck with it.
Yeah, I really like it. And don't forget, I believe we talked about the hot sauce, right? So that's probably
Hmm.
down in the future. Yeah, looking forward to that hot sauce that we're talking
Yeah.
about.
Yeah, I gotta get the ingredient. I need another blender because my blender's old now, so I need another one. So I'm gonna work on it. I need some vinegar, and I think I need a barrel or something. I don't know how it all the way works, but it's three ingredients. So I'm gonna figure it out. If I make my own hot sauce, we on. We gonna need some fried chicken on the side.
Okay. Definitely
Hmm.
have to get with you on that on the sidebar about something that came to my mind. So about that hot sauce deal. But yeah, so community wise, are you venturing into any like community events like for the youth or specific groups?
Not at the moment, but I am thinking about doing some stuff for like Mental Health Awareness Week again. I want to make another
Okay.
track, and maybe try to get out there a little bit. So, um, yeah, we'll see what's kind of going on around the area, and see if there's something I can hop into. And if it is something that's close and something that's pretty doable, I think I'll hop in. But definitely making a track and doing something for mental health awareness. I'm gonna make a video, or just kind of like a message, little like video, and just tell people stuff, and you know some stuff they need in the video.
Oh,
So
okay, okay.
yeah, still working on that, but definitely gonna speak about that stuff.
Okay, well, definitely let like collaborate with me or tag me if you desire to add it to my platform to NNO 360 because we want to get it out there. And do know that there's like other people that I would like to add to the mix as well. So that way we're all, aware because this is a definitely a pandemic, a crisis for sure.
It
You
is.
know, it's not it's an epidemic out here, and without actually, like you said, spreading the word and talking about your life experience and which journey, like your struggles,
Yeah.
your challenges that you've overcame to see where you are right now. People won't know that, and all they see is the Lambo or the a Bentley or whatever, and
Yeah.
then you go home to, like you said, the RV. I mean, RV is cool, if you want to be a nomad. I was thinking one day.
Yeah. I mean, but hey, it
But-
is a house on wheels. It's a house on wheels, so it's not all the way bad. But yeah,
right.
you look weird living in one. Like ain't nobody living in it. Yeah. My
Right.
phone is gonna die. Actually, I
Yeah.
need to charge it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, is there anything you would like to leave the audience with tonight?
Yes, I would like to leave. Um, tell the truth, tell your story, and always know that you can talk to somebody if you got problems. Um, there's things you can do to reach out, and if you're an artist, tell the right story. Stop lying and get with these people and sit down and really have a conversation. So that's what I'm gonna leave everybody with.
I love it. And don't forget to tap in with Sig Nation magazine. This is this
Yeah.
is this is Miss Nakia Gray. Oh my gosh, my background. Sig Nation magazine. Shout out to Mona Bennett. She is the founder of Sig Nation magazine. I don't know if you can see it here,
Oh yeah,
but
you in there?
I'm here. I'm in here. Oops, I'm in here. You see?
Yeah, I
I'm
know.
probably
You gotta
messing it.
get that stuff going.
Yeah, so
Shit.
tap in. There's like a lot of, oh, here it is. Okay. There's a lot of different
Actually, I need the
posts,
thing to the
artists.
magazine anyway, because
So
uh, I want to get in there, and I need the. I think I need like a link or something, or a send me like the profile to it so I can get in. So I'm gonna hit them
definitely,
up about that.
definitely. And I mean, it's quality, everyone. So this is, I wish that I could do it better, but the quality and the work of this is really, it's phenomenal. So Sig Nation magazine. And don't forget to tap in. Be sure to follow Mr. Exzavier Whitley and One Throne Productions LLC and NNO 360. Shout out to Sig Nation and also Nakia Gray with Rebuild Your Laugh. Please subscribe to view all the episodes on NNO 360 on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. We're pretty much everywhere.
All that. Hmm.
all that. And don't forget,
All that.
right, to tap in with Mr. Whitley and his merch. It's I mean, basically 20% off until August 30th, and free shipping. Like that's a
Free
caveat.
shipping.
And please, let's continue to support the Unity for Social Justice, and let's free Master Yo and others, our brothers and sisters that need our support. This has been a broadcast of Showing Love Full Circle. Until the next episode on NNO 360. Thank you, sir. Salute.
Salute.